terrific to be here with such terrific partners, and also to see on the ground the impact of what happens when you can actually marry investment with development impact and social impact, and to see how successful that can be over the long run. What I really want to do for you today is do three very specific things. The first is to tell you just a little bit about OPIC, the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, so you know what our perspective is and why we have this particular view and our longstanding support for private equity in Africa in particular, and then more broadly across the emerging markets. The second is really to give you a perspective on emerging markets, private equity, particularly in the context of Africa. You don't need to hear the thesis on why international investors think about Africa as a place of enormous opportunity and potential, but I'd like to contextualize that thesis for you a little bit from the viewpoint of someone who actually looks and talks to international investors all the time. So it'll be really kind of a short snapshot discussion about how the macroeconomic perspective on Africa actually compares to what's going on in the rest of the world and why capital is thinking about coming here. And the third piece really is to talk about how that actually translates into impact and investment on the ground, and explain kind of why international investors like ourselves are very interested in working with sponsors like Musa and other private equity investors on the ground here, and the impact that it brings, and how we actually translate into practical impact on the ground.